needs a little bit. Yeah, we are also live on Facebook. Great. Do me a favor, when you can hear and see me, just see that the sound is full on, that just put a thumbs up in there, or yes, just let me know that you can hear me. Let me see, it's a little bit dark. Ooh. I don't know which color is suitable for my skin tone, so we just leave it like it is. Should be fine. Okay, so good morning. I hope you had an absolutely amazing last week. Everything worked well for you. Okay, I see Facebook said already 1 thumbs up, means obviously they can hear me. Great, thanks very much. Okay, so let's start with a small little introduction, okay, and then we come to our topic. Shadrach can hear me and see me. Mzavat can see me. Good morning. Thanks very much for the hearts. Okay, so my name is Dagmar Marie. I'm the CEO of Funding Connection, and we assist companies accessing loans and grants. How do we do that? Number one is we first assess the venture. Okay, it doesn't matter if it is a startup or if you want to expand your existing business. You will then be able to say, yes, there's funding available. We can highlight the critical points, what needs to be in place to raise funding, and we are also straightforward and will say to you, this will be really, really difficult. Okay. The second step is, hi, Zora from East London. Nice to have you here. Great. The second step is then you definitely will need to have a business plan to be able to apply for funding, and that's something what we can do for you. And the third step is then the support to apply for funding, filling out the forms, compiling the documents, submitting on your behalf, just to make sure that everything is compliant to the requirements of the financier. Okay. So, and yes, that's what we do is, and what I want to talk, good morning, there's somebody else on LinkedIn. Good morning, Maman Yake. Okay. So, and what I wanted to talk to you about is, why do you need to know your industry? Okay. If you are in business already and you just want to expand your current service or productions, that's easy, because you know exactly the market, you know the competition, you know what they are charging, you know how they are charging, you know their payment terms. Usually you should know. Okay. So, and then it's easy for you to say, hey, the increase of the demand is so immense. I know I am able to sell more units of my products. Expansion makes sense. Yeah. If you want to diversify, that means you are not thinking about, okay, we manufactured product A, we also now want to go into a different area, but it always should be similar to what you are doing. Okay, then you may not, okay, Marilyn, sorry, she said her speaker is faulty. Everybody else is obviously able to hear me. What I can tell you is definitely it's recorded here on Facebook. You are always able later on to listen to it. Yeah. So if you want to diversify, I always highly recommend make sure that you are getting the right information about then this industry, these products, these competitors, what you want to go in. Yeah, it's a little bit easier if you have an existing business, because you usually can ask, and if I would be you, I always would think, okay, maybe it makes sense to have a look, your existing customers, what else do they need? Okay, because then you are able to supply them, and that is quite easy also to get off-take agreements from them, that they confirm that they will buy from you on a monthly basis the quantity for a specific price. Yeah. So if you are now a startup, okay, I highly recommend think about what you really know. Yeah. And that's one of the biggest challenge for lots of people, because whatever you know well is usually quite easy for you, you know, and you have no idea why anybody else is struggling with this. So you don't understand that somebody else is maybe willing to pay for what you know, or that you are so superior in some areas of your life, that you will really be able to add value to your customer's life. Yeah. So that means have a look where you're really good at, which industry you know, which industry you may have contacts. Okay. Don't think you need to be an expert up here. You can't see this hand on Facebook. Okay. So, but the more you know about the industry, the better. Because then you know, if you know an industry, let's say, I remember driving school. Okay. And it was somebody who worked at a different, at a driving school. So he knew there will be changes of the rules and regulations for this trade, you know. So, and if you have no idea about an industry, you say, okay, so I don't need an office, I don't need a telephone, I need to have a course, and that's it. But this guy knew in a couple of months the new legislation goes through, and then these are some of their requirements. And then you just started your business and now you forgot these things. Yeah. Or with chicken farms, you need from a specific amount of chicken on a farm, you need to have an environmental impact assessment. Don't ask me the number now. I don't need it, know it just like that. I would need to have a look at it. Yeah. But if you know the industry, you know these things. That means, okay, so let's say up to 2,000 chickens, it's not a problem. Over 2,000 chickens, we need the environmental impact assessment. You don't want to submit to a financier and they say, oh, you want to do 10,000 chickens, now you need environmental impact. It doesn't look good. It doesn't make the financier confident enough to invest in your venture. Yeah. So, and you need to have an idea. And if there's something really want to do because you can see there is potential, then number one is learn all about the industry. Okay, maybe you need a business partner who is in this industry and he knows it. I know specifically agriculture, livestock and crop is always, there can be a high return, but it's always a high risk. You know, one hailstorm and everything is gone, one sickness, your full herd can be gone. So that can be really challenging, and that means you need to know, you need to have a look at your plants, and an experienced farmer says, there's a problem, we need to spray something, you know. I go in there and I say, looks all still nice and green to me, there is no problem, and out of a sudden I'm come back to my tomatoes, I'm sure you heard me saying this, and they are all gone. I was not really aware what was the problem. Although tomatoes, I also know by now, is really difficult to grow in any case. So, yeah, so, and if you, that's why it is so important to have the experience. Lots of people think they can just learn things in a weekend. You can learn a lot in a weekend, but you only learn when everything works nicely. In a weekend, you can't learn in a weekend what all can go wrong. You know, And this is where later on then the experience comes in, and then you know, oh, there's a problem, I know that, let me double check this. There's a problem, maybe I need to call the veterinarian. You know, so just to make sure that you protect your assets. And it's in any industry, with hospitality, with manufacturing, with machines and equipment. If you think, oh, that equipment can work all day long with no maintenance, and because you don't know about these things, and out of a sudden the machine is broken because somebody forgot to put some oil in there, you know. So you need to know these things. I personally always say, of course you need to have some staff, and you need to rely on them, but you don't want to how do you know if somebody is an expert if you don't know anything about an industry, you know? So, and let's be honest, when you start with your business, what I learned over the last, I don't know, 6-7 years here is unbelievable. I'm still learning each and every day something new, yeah? But I'm also putting myself out there, I'm challenging myself, and I'm always trying also to help people outside of South Africa, have a look what we can do there for them. And so that is, and rules and regulations are changing all the time, you know. This was possible, out of a sudden this is not possible anymore. These things are happening, and this will always happen in your industry. You will be too, yeah. So make sure you choose something where you have already some knowledge, yeah. And I know some people then tell me, yes, Dagmar, but we want to start our pharmaceutical manufacturing, and you can't be an operations manager, a chemist, a salesperson, the chief financial officer. You can't be expert in all of it. I know that. I'm absolutely aware of this. And also the financiers, of course, know that. But that means you need to have a strong team around you. Yeah? And you need to think, what is really my expertise, and who can I get also add to my team? Yeah? Let me see. Kayla, good morning. Kanya, good morning. Nice to see you there. Zama, what are the requirements for funding? Okay, Zama, I think I need to explain that again. Funding Connection is a private consulting firm. We don't give out any funding, yeah? We assist companies accessing funding. There are, I have no idea, 30, 40, 50, and if you go maybe even more in detail, maybe even 70 different funds out there. They have all different requirements. Okay, so that means the keys are definitely profitable business. Okay, whatever you want to set up, it needs to be profitable. If not, it will not be able to raise funding. If it's not profitable, maybe you just need to amend it a little bit, okay, to make it out of a sudden profitable. I highly recommend have some sort of own contribution. Yeah, don't expect financiers to finance 100%. What we always do is we want to increase your chances as dramatically as possible, and having the 10% collateral definitely will increase it. Have a proper business plan and a financial forecast. Okay, one of the things, definitely also something where we can assist you, and have some agreements in place with potential customers stating that they will buy from you. You can see that means it is so much easier to raise funding when your business sells to other businesses, because other businesses are able to give you these agreements, end users are not. If you want to go retail, tourism, hospitality, you will need to have some strong feasibility studies. Yeah. where it's also something where we can assist you, where we will have a look. Okay, this is your region, this is where you want to set it up. Are there enough people? Are there enough people buying what you want to offer? What is the competition doing in this area? Are there lots of competitors? Are there no competitors? Okay, and it is always, let me tell you, if there are lots of competitors, it can mean that there's a big market for it. Can also mean that the market is saturated. Okay, so there's no space for a newcomer. If there is no competitor, it can mean maybe there's no market. It can also mean maybe there is a big market, but nobody saw the demand. Yeah. So that is always one of the challenges with the feasibility study, where we will have then a look at your area, at statistics SA, and we see whatever information we can find to either way recommend, yes, that makes sense. Or sometimes what we also do is we say, okay, we highlight, this can be a problem, this can be a problem, but this would be solutions. Yeah. Okay, let me see. If you need 100,000 Rand funding, depends on what you want to do is, I would suggest to ask CEDA, Small Enterprise Development Agency, if they are able to assist you. Yeah. We usually start from 500,000 Rand. We also do business plans for smaller loan amounts or in capital investments, but keep in mind you will need to pay for our services, and I always want to make sure it needs to make financial sense to me, you know. So that's why I personally would go ask CEDA if they are able to assist you. If they are not able to assist you, then you just can come back to us and we can see what we can do. What documents is needed? There's a full list of documents required about yourself, okay, about the company, about your venture, okay, how much you want to invest, quotations for what do you need the funding, and a business plan and application forms. Yeah. If you go into any of the financiers like NEF, CIFA, IDC, or Land Bank is still closed at the moment. We hope that they will open at any day. So have a look at the application form. They clearly state, okay, tax clearance certificate. And if they want a tax clearance certificate, even as a startup, it's a PIN now, you please make sure that you submit one. Don't say, oh, I'm a startup, I don't have a bank account, then I don't submit my bank account. Even if you have asked a startup, you need to have a business bank account. That's what you, and then it's just a proof of that you have a bank account. You want to increase your chances to raise funding dramatically. Yeah. So, and that means you make sure that the financier on the other side is able to tick all the boxes. Submitted, 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 submitted. Yeah. So you make it as easy as possible for them. Hi Dagmar, what implications does your individual credit score have on potential funding? Of course it has, okay. It doesn't mean that there is if your credit score is maybe not good, that you have no chance to raise funding, but what they want to do, and I raised successfully funding for people also with the bad credit scores. You make sure that you are in contact with all the people you owe the money, and you make some payment arrangements with them. A financier, the crazy thing is, what a financier usually likes to see is that you applied for a loan before and that you paid on a regular basis back. Yeah, that is usually what they want to see. If you've never ever applied for a loan, then they are maybe a little bit wary. if you got a loan before or different loans and you never ever paid it back, then they are a little bit scared. Put yourselves in the shoes of a financier. I think it's a normal thinking. Yeah. Okay, so I always recommend, make sure that you go into an industry you have some sort of knowledge. Yeah. And then it makes your life so much easier. Or you partner with somebody if you say, hey, I'm such a good salesperson, but I need somebody for the operations. See if you can partner, or if you hire somebody who can then help you. Yeah. Or maybe if you say you're a good salesperson, you start with the wholesale, so you're not even getting involved with the manufacturing. Be wise about, that's a beauty. If you want to start a business, that's a beauty, because that means you can decide, where are my strengths? Where do I see a market? What is low-hanging fruits? Starting a business is all about earning money. Yeah. So that means, where's the lowest hanging fruit? Where am I able to earn quickly, easy money? Yeah. And then you can start and then start things up. And then maybe in a second step, then you start your manufacturing. Yeah. Okay, there's one more question I see. Good morning, Big Kizela. I compiled our financial needs and have sent it to Caitlin for funding. We will need a business plan and would like to arrange some payment methods. Yes, Bikizela, please, you can contact Caitlin. Okay, I'm sure she did some review for you, and then we come back. Just for everybody to know, we usually say 50% upfront, 50% after it's finished. But if you say you want to pay it over a couple of months, you can also do that. But you will only get the business plan then after it's paid in full. Yeah. Okay, so LinkedIn. If you have any questions, if you want to get in contact with me, please use LinkedIn Messenger. I'm checking my LinkedIn once a day. Okay. Facebook. You know that already. Brent is on the other side. Okay, you can contact him via Facebook Messenger. Ask him some questions. He's able to answer quite a lot of the questions. If he's not sure, he will just delegate then the questions to any of my team members, and who will be then able to answer and help you. Yeah? Okay. So, bye-bye Facebook. Bye LinkedIn. I wish you an absolutely successful new week, and we will see us and talk to each other latest next week Monday again. Okay, take care. Bye.